So we've talked about the role the Trade Federation played in the galaxy around the time of the Clone Wars, but we're coming up on the Battle of Cato Neimoidia, and I figured it's time to discuss the history of Cato Neimoidia up to this point during the conflict. I'm Colin, and this is Sci-Fi Deep Dive. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, to head down below and hit that subscribe button. So as many of us know, the most notable thing about Cato Neimoidia at this point in galactic history is that it is the headquarters of the Trade Federation. So one of the major corporations that sort of supply the CIS is headquartered on Cato Neimoidia, which gives it a certain strategic significance. But it's worth noting that at the start of the conflict, Cato Neimoidia remained neutral. This kind of ties in with the Trade Federation's position that the Trade Federation as an organization is neutral in the conflict. As a result, the planet of Cato Neimoidia tried to remain out of the war, albeit their rather significant separatist sympathies due to the Trade Federation's ties to the Confederacy. But facing hardships, mostly tied to restrictions on their trade imposed by the splinter faction that had gone off and joined the Separatists, the Trade Federation was forced to start making deals with the banking clan, which put the whole planet under the investigation of the Republic, who sent troops and Jedi to investigate the situation on the planet and determine whether the planet was still loyal to the Republic or still a neutral party at that point. This caught the eye of the Separatists, who saw the opportunity to seize the headquarters world of the Trade Federation, which would have been a major sort of propaganda win, and it would have bolstered the Trade Federation faction that's working within their ranks, possibly even swaying the sort of official position of the Trade Federation to being more CIS allied. After all, they don't have very many contracts with the Republic, keeping them tied to the Galactic Senate. So the Separatists began prioritizing operations that would result in the capture of Cato Neimoidia. All of this culminating in a series of attacks that were kind of sporadic and disorganized that failed initially at seizing the planet, causing the Republic to clamp down on the world even harder, forcing Cato Neimoidia to abandon their neutrality and become a Republic sort of puppet state. With Republic forces now present on Cato Neimoidia, the Separatists had a justification to carry out their massive assault that they were sort of hiding in the backgrounds with. With the Separatist assault now underway, the first battle of Cato Neimoidia would become a reality, with the Separatists attempting to seize the planet from the Republic. Ultimately, following a bombing on Coruscant, this assault would be a success, with the Jedi sent to lead the attack being recalled back to the temple to respond to the bombing, and the 501st, which were leading this assault as well, being withdrawn shortly thereafter. The end result of this was that Cato Neimoidia fell under Separatist control, and it would remain under Separatist control until the end of the war, when an assault led by Plo Koon would retake the world just days before the execution of Order 66. In fact, it was on Cato Neimoidia that Plo Koon was betrayed by his own forces. Due to its ties to the Trade Federation and its significance, especially in the later days of the conflict, Cato Neimoidia played a major role throughout the final days of the Clone Wars, being one of the sites of the battles that would be classified as the Outer Rim sieges. And while Cato Neimoidia did remain neutral for most of the conflict, many would consider it to be a pro-Separatist planet, even a significant core Separatist planet due to its ties to the Trade Federation, which was notoriously pro-Separatist. If you'd like to learn more about the Trade Federation and where they sit in the mess that is the Clone Wars, I'll leave a link up here to my video breaking down the Trade Federation and their position at this point in galactic history. After all, they're kind of trying to play both sides, and it's really not ending great for them. And I want you to let me know down in the comments whether you think it was reasonable for the Republic to ever really believe that Cato Neimoidia could be a neutral planet. After all, they have very, very, very strong ties to the Trade Federation, and it would be rather surprising for them to turn on those ties and join with the Republic. It seems like a no-brainer that eventually Cato Neimoidia is going to be a Separatist world, but do you think it's as obvious as I seem to think it is? And if you have anything else you'd like to see me cover in Star Wars, you can let me know down below in the comments. Last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, head down below, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. So for Sci-Fi Deep Dive, I'm Colin, and I will see you next time.